Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to my Millwall Career Mode series. This is the second episode for today, so if you haven't seen the first episode of today, then I advise you go and check my channel. I might put an annotation on the screen or something just to help you with like a previous annotation or something like that. But we start this episode and I'm following your advice, and I'm currently looking for free agents because I'm advised by some of you guys that a lot of good free agents appear at the end of every season, obviously due to the fact that their contracts have expired and they're currently like unattached to any clubs. And I stumbled across this player here, Jake Wright, who is 17 years old. He had an overall of 64. I just thought that someone who was only 17 who had an overall of 64 must have some form of potential, so I thought I'd sign him up. And obviously the good thing with free agents is you're signing them for free, so you're kind of likely to make a profit on them if you manage to sell them at some point. We then go on to look for players that are listed for loan between the ages 17 and 23, I think it was, and they had like a rating between 65 and 100. And this is where it gets interesting. This is where I find someone who looks amazing. This guy here, David Romeo Vidal, and I'm not quite sure if you managed to catch that or not, but his acceleration was 91, his sprint speed was 86, and he had other great physical stats, and he's only 17 years old and he has a rating of 71. And he's currently attached to Malaga and he's listed for loan. So I just put an inquiry in to see how much they wanted for him. They said they wasn't willing to sell him because obviously he's new to the club. I'm assuming he's a generated player. So I then went to look for a loan to buy option. So obviously I learnt my lesson from Bittencourt and Redmond, and opposed to just loaning him, I wanted to loan him with a future fee. Obviously what I was just offering there was 1 million, and that was 2.3 million under his actual value of 3.3 million, but I thought it was worth a shot anyway. But moving on, we then go into our game against Derby. I think this is our third game of the season. Yeah, third game of the season. As you see here, Henry picks up the ball on the right hand side and he shoots, and it manages to creep its way into the goal, and that is something that I wasn't really expecting to happen. But generally in those positions, if I find that I don't really feel like a crossing option is on or a passing option is like on or available, then I tend to just shoot in a kind of hit and hope fashion that either the ball's either going to go out, be saved and go out for a corner, or it's going to be saved and it's going to fall for a rebound for a trampy goal. But anyway, whilst I was talking there, Derby obviously equalised, as you saw on the screen. And this game was very open, it could have gone either way. But the ball fell here for Edwards in the 70th minute. He had a shot and luckily it was saved and it rebounded straight to him again. And he managed to make it 2-1. So that's Edwards scoring his, I think that's his first goal he's ever scored for us, is that? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, that game ended 2-1, and that is another great result for us. And that puts us into second place in the table. I know you probably didn't see that there, but there was a quick glimpse of it. So yeah, after 2 games, we are in second place, which isn't too bad, I guess. Good start. You see here, just confirming the transfer or the free agent signing of Jake Wright. He's probably not someone who's going to feature in the team, just someone who's going to bolster my squad in case anyone picks up an injury. And that's kind of what I wanted to do this season anyway. You see here, just selling Tamika Makandawiri to, I think that was Ipswich. Malaga then replied to my bid for Romeo Vidal, and it was only obviously it was $1 million, and I wasn't really expecting them to sell him, but they said they're unsure on selling him purely because he's just signed for them. So I decided to bump up that offer to 1.5, was it? 1.5 million I bumped it up to. I thought it was worth the risk, even though it was like majority of my transfer budget. I thought it would be worth the risk because he seems like an amazing player, and someone obviously, even if I sign him, give it like a year or 1 season, he's going to be worth like at least double or triple that value. And then obviously I can sell him on or just keep him and sell him on at a later date, even further than that, because it's got another like 11 years worth of potential growth. So again, they rejected that 1.5, so I then tried to sweeten it by adding a player. And you can see here, I'll kind of sped this bit up, but this is like me being really indecisive in which player to actually send to them as part of the transfer. Looking back on it now, I probably should have sent someone who was a bit more expensive. But I decided to go with Paul Robinson here. I think I'm going to click it now. No, I'm going to go past him. Right, yeah, I'm going to click it now. And yeah, so I'll do it 1.5 million and Paul Robinson. No, wait, I got that wrong. 1.7 million. I bumped it up to 1.7 and leaving me with only £47,000 left in my transfer budget. But as I said before, I believe it to be worth the risk. He seems like a player who is going to have loads of potential, and obviously he could turn into like an absolute money maker for me. I could make a lot of profit on him. So it's someone who I definitely want to be able to sign, but it doesn't look like it's going to be very promising at the current moment in time. We go into our next game against Cardiff, and we nearly started great there. Keogh managed to get through, but he hit the post, and it bounced across the line and went out for a goal kick. And in the 10th minute, Kimbo Kyung scored a bit of a tramp goal for Cardiff. And this game was really frustrating. You'll see why throughout the game, but there's another chance there, saved. And again, Keogh picked up the ball on the edge of the area and probably should have done a lot better. Edison picks up the ball and turns the player there. Keogh then has a shot, and that is then saved as well. And we then move into the 45th minute, just with some stoppage time left. And 45th minute scripting kicks in, and Nicky Maynard breaks through down the right and goes near post. And near post is OP on this game, and I managed to make it 2-0 to Cardiff. And this wasn't what I was expecting at all, and it definitely wasn't a good reflection on the game. Like, the score wasn't a good reflection on the game, is what I'm saying. Like I was fully in control of the game. They kind of just broke on counter attacks, and again, Nicky Maynard gets up from it. They kind of put an early cross in, and Nicky Maynard gets up and managed to make it 3-0 to Cardiff. And this was just such a frustrating game because they did not deserve to be 3-0 up against me. But possibly it could have been a draw, but definitely wasn't a 3-0. And Nicky Maynard then picks up the ball again there. Defending was a bit shocking. I kind of stood off him for too long. Probably should have got straight in there, but I was wary of the fact that it was in my penalty box, and I didn't really want to give away a penalty. But instead, I conceded a goal anyway by not doing so. But yeah, that was Nicky Maynard's hat trick there. I then got some more highlights of me shooting and not getting anything. And the ball was put back across there, but no one was there. And Trotter breaks through here. Definitely should have been a goal, but he saved it. Probably wasn't the best of finishes, to be fair. The ball back comes out to Lecointe, and Gabriel passes it to Trotter. Trotter then picks up the ball and then turns the player, passes it back into Lecointe, who's broke forward. And goalkeeper pulls off a double save there. And whoever that goalkeeper is, we need to sign him up, because I'm pretty sure the commentator said in this game that Nicky Maynard had scored with every single shot that he actually had put on target. And I wish I went and looked at the match facts after that game, because we completely dominated and we lost 4-0. But that was a bit of a shock to the system. I wasn't expecting to be losing 4-0. And I was hoping that this season was going to be a bit of a plain sailing season, that I would have managed to get promoted with ease. And that was a little bit of a bump in the road, and we'll see how my team is affected in the next episode with regards to the games and performances. But then I decided that maybe I should offer a loan with a future fee of 1.7, because they rejected my 1.7 offer with Paul Robinson, and once more they rejected that. So then I decided that I had to cut my losses and just go with the fact that they're not going to accept any form of me buying him because he's brand new to them. And I decided just to get him on loan. And I know full well it's going to be a mistake. I know full well that he is going to turn into a great player throughout the season whilst playing for me. But I decided to focus on these short-term positives for me. Obviously, I'm going to be able to have him for a whole season on loan, and obviously that's going to help me a ton with my promotion push, as long as he performs with regards to what his stats actually are. But that's the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed, then please leave a like. If you have any feedback to give, then please leave a comment. And I shall see you guys in the next episode tomorrow. Goodbye.